In my last video, I Feel Left Out, in the description, I said that I would do a video where instead of telling you the experiences a lot of people have had that I haven't had, I would say the experiences that only I have had. And I am here to talk about that. Number 1. Bugdom. When I was a child, me and my sister had one game on the computer, and it was called Bugdom, where basically evil ants had taken over the Bug Kingdom, or Bugdom, and your character that you played as was a small beetle named Rolly McFly. It was on this really old computer. Like, you'd look at it and think, is that a computer or a spoon? Which is not the best comparison I could have made. Number 2, dreams. The weirdest dream scenario that I've ever found myself in is where I experienced something in a dream before I knew it existed in real life. I had a dream. I can't really remember the details of the dream. There were slides that worked the other way, so if you sat on them at the bottom you would go up. That's all I really remember from that particular dream, as apart from I bought a Coke flavoured lollipop, which I thought was this completely abstract thing. Like, how do you get a Coke in a lollipop? And then, a couple of weeks later, I saw that they actually existed, and I had no idea that they existed in real life, yet I dreamt of them, and that I can't find an explanation for, even to this day. Number 3. Wizards. I was very gullible as a child, and my sister picked up on this, and convinced me I was a wizard. And it wasn't just that I had magical powers. Of course, we both had magical powers. There was a whole storyline attached to this tremendous lie that was a huge part of my childhood. There were several different characters, all of which were my sister, and I believed these were different people. There were trips through magic portals to the North Pole that I was promised and I never got, because apparently I wouldn't wake up. It feels weird calling it a lie, because it felt so real at the time. And looking back on it, I feel very stupid for not figuring it out. So there you go, for about 5 years I thought I was a wizard. Number 4. Logs. This story is a little less obscure than the others. My PE teacher delivered logs. So, I'm off school with the kind of cold that it is a cold, but you probably could have gone to school. But I decided that it was worse than that. So I was staying at home, drinking Lemsip in my pyjamas, when, let's call him Mr. T, rings the doorbell. And I have no idea who it is, so I go to answer, open the door to the hall, and there I see my PE teacher, who, might I point out, I didn't particularly like at all, is standing at the door, and I'm like, shit, school have sent him to take me to school. So I open the door, and he's like, alright, I'm just delivering logs. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. I didn't say that, but I thought it. Number 5. Aliens. This is the big one, because very few people actually know this. And this has been a secret of mine for quite some time. And I am now putting it on the internet. Okay. Remember when I said my sister convinced me I was a wizard? Well, at the time I was in year 7, I convinced myself I was an alien. Well, there you go, I believed I was an alien. I even had a home planet and a home galaxy that I made up entirely. And I believed that I had been sent to Earth because there were dark forces at work that would cause the end of the world, and I was supposed to save it. I clearly watched too much sci-fi. When I say this now, I sound like such a moron. And it was just so crazy. And that's why I didn't tell anyone, because I thought they would think that I was insane. I did have some doubts, then just things kept happening that kept reinforcing this belief. In a way, it feels good to get that out there. In a way, I feel that it will put me in an institute. There you go. 5 experiences that I have had that no one else has had. Unless you have had experiences such as the ones I've described, let me know in the comments section.